Coven, welcome back to the mat and welcome to today's brand new full moon practice. If you are new here, namaste. My name is Bethany, I am the Yogi Witch, and today, darlings, I'm going to guide you through a really beautiful practice to honor and celebrate the Sturgeon full moon. So spiritually, the Sturgeon full moon represents to us that strength, that resilience, and that spiritual alignment, telling us we are on our right path and we have the ability, just like Sturgeon, to jump and overcome anything that's in our way. We can overcome any obstacles. So to honor this strength, we are going to work through a really beautiful mini mandala practice. So working through some gorgeous inspired poses, including our Virabhadrasanas, our side planks, and a vinyasa too. So it's going to be absolutely beautiful and I cannot wait to flow. So darlings, we're going to begin today's practice by coming into a comfortable Sukhasana position, so cross-legged position. Rolling shoulders from the ears, we're going to take one hand to the heart, we're going to take the other to the mat beside us. Just rolling shoulders from the ears, closing the eyes, and moving into the space of our practice with a beautiful deep breath in through the nose. And a beautiful slow breath all the way out, just opening up that circle. So, with one hand to the heart, the other to the earth beside us, we're really starting to kind of ground, connect with that strength of the earth. While the crown chakra sits tall and shines towards the full moon above us. And as I said, loves, in today's practice, we are really kind of harnessing the energy of that Sturgeon full moon, that sense of strength and resilience and celebration of spiritual alignment, and understanding that we are on the right path. So before we go any further with the physical asanas, I invite you to perhaps invite in an intention for the practice ahead. Setting the intention in your mind, sealing it with your breath. Before all together, we take a beautiful deep breath in through the nose. And a slow breath all the way out. Relaxing the hands, the knees. We're going to find a few little neck rolls, so making some movements side to side or any kind of circles. Before bringing that movement to the spine, maybe taking some seated cat-cows. And then when you're ready from here, let's start to welcome in that strength with a really gorgeous foot stretch. So moving from Sukhasana, we're going to come into a hero's pose. So we're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to sit the hips back towards the heels. Remembering, if this feels too intense in broken toe, you can bring the hands a little bit further forwards. Or if it feels comfortable to you, we're going to bring the hands to prayer heart center, roll the shoulder blades away from the ears. And take a few grounding breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And taking one more deep breath in. Breath out, loves. Just lean forwards, hands to the earth. We're going to untuck the toes here and just give them a little bit of a pat out before sending hips back towards the heels. Now, option one, you can lean back a little bit here, stretching out the tops of the feet. Option two, lift the knees up. Option 3, you can bring hands to prayer and find a really fun little balance. But again, we're just keeping the breath steady. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out, find that resilience. Beautiful. And taking a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out. We bring the hands to the mat. Gently lower the knees. And from here, we're going to bring the hands forwards. Tuck the toes under. And we're going to start to sit back into Malasana. So you might sit back quite comfortably. Maybe like me, you want to find a little bit of a hip stretch from side to side. Now coming to sit on a block, maybe staying on the toes, we're going to find our way into Mandala. So you're pressing the elbows against the knees. Find that lift through the crown of the head. So you're pressing into the feet here. Holding for about 5 more breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. As we take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out, let's bring the hands to the mat, extend the legs, and just once again find some movement from side to side, wiggle out those hips. On your next inhale, let's start to walk the hands forwards, walk the feet back a little bit, and come to meet in a downward facing dog, continuing this movement here, bending into one knee, bending into the other, wiggle out those hips, nod the head, yes, shake it no, really kind of harnessing the energy from the summer sun. Maybe that body's feeling lovely and warm today. And then from here, we're going to find some down dog twists. So you can walk the feet as wide as the mat to give yourself some support, or you can challenge the balance by walking the feet closer together. But from here, we're starting to shift our weight to the left hand. Right hand's going to flow under the body to grab the left leg. So you're drawing the chest underneath. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Yes, right hand to the mat. Let's shift that weight over. Left hand comes to the right leg. Gaze under the right armpit. Holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Beautiful. Left hand to the mat. We're going to sweep right leg nice and high to the sky. Bend that knee off into a split dog. Maybe coming on to the right fingertips here. Find that side body stretch. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to draw right knee to the nose. Step between the thumbs. Straight away from here, we pivot back foot with the back of the mat and roll that body in to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So sinking into that front knee, finding length through the fingertips. We take a deep breath in. Breath out, reverse Trikonasana, extend front leg. Left hand slides left down left leg as we pull right arm up and over. Before keeping that front leg extended, we roll that body into Trikonasana. Right hand to the right leg, left arm to the sky. Beautiful. Bend into the front knee, so you roll back into Warrior 2. From here, we're going to extend that front leg. That left heel is going to come in a little bit. And we're going to move into Skandasana, so kind of a half lunge. So we're bending into the left leg, flexing through the right, hands to prayer. Maybe like me, if those ankles feeling a bit tight, you can stay lifted. If you have it in your practice to come down, you can explore that. But we take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out. We're going to start to pivot the feet so they face the back of the mat. Right heel's going to come in and the toe's going to point off to the corner of our mat. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out. forward fold to pyramid pose. So you're drawing that left hip back. On your next inhale, let's find that halfway lift. Exhale, we bend into the front knee, pull the right leg nice and high to the sky and move in to a standing split. Inhale. Exhale, we step back with the right foot, right hand to the mat, left arm to the sky, come into a twist. Now you can choose to stay in a twist. If you want a bit of a hip floss with me, you come onto the side of the left foot. Drop right heel over to the right hand side, lower those hips a little bit. Beautiful. Before pivoting back on to the tippy toes, left hand to the mat. From here, we're going to come in to a side plank. So we're stepping left foot back to meet the right. Both heels are going to fall over to the right hand side, but the left foot's going to come completely flat. And we're pulling the left arm nice and high to the sky. Find that strength, find the energy of the full moon coven, and we hold for 3. We hold for 2. And for 1, left hand to the mat, press off the toes, and then from here we take a vinyasa, we lower down. Inhale, find upward facing dog. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Beautiful, feeling that strength, feeling that energy. We're going to take the exact same flow to the other side, okay? So we're going to inhale to reach left leg nice and high to the sky. Bend the knee off, split dog. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, we draw knee to nose and step between the thumbs. Pivot back foot with the back of the mat and roll that body into a Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2, sink lovely and deep into that front knee. Inhale, extend the front leg. Right hand slides down right leg. So pull left arm up and over, reverse triangle. And then we keep the front leg extended as we start to pivot the body into classic Trikonasana. Left hand to the left leg, right arm to the sky. Beautiful, bend back into the front knee as you roll the body, Warrior 2. Ready to transition into that Skandasana. This time the right heel is going to come in. And we're going to start to flex with the left foot. Take a deep breath in. Hands to prayer, breath out. We start to sink low, coming in to our Skandasana. Find that strength. Find that energy, witches. We take a deep breath in. Breath out, pop back up, and let's pivot our way into pyramid. So we're pivoting the right foot to point towards the top of our mat. Left foot's going to step a little bit closer so the heels are aligned, but the left toes point off to the left-hand corner. Square the hips with the top of the mat as we take a deep breath in. Breath out, start to forward fold, come into pyramid pose. On your next inhale, we lift the gaze, bend into the front knee, and from here, come into our standing split. And take a deep breath in. Breath out, loves. Let's step back with the left foot, come into a twist, left hand to the mat. We pull the right arm to the sky. Option to stay in twist. Option to come to a hip floss by pivoting onto the side of the right foot. Drop left heel over to the left-hand side. Take a deep breath in. Breath out. We pivot back on the feet, hands to the earth. Step to plank. Ready for that side plank? We're going to drop both heels over to the left-hand side. Pull the right arm nice and high to the sky. Press through the hips, side plank. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Come to that plank. Press off the toes. Drop from the top, drop from the knees. But we lower down. Inhale, come into upward facing dog. On your exhale, lower the knees, send the hips to heels, and come into child's pose, third eye, rest to the earth. Finding some grounding here by breathing into that back body, feeling that breath reach the back of the lungs, back of the ribs, between the shoulders. And then exhale softly all the way out. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the gaze. Exhale to press the hands to the earth and roll that body into tabletop. Take about 3 cat-cows. Let's just release that spine. Beautiful. Before we bring the spine back to a neutral position, making your way into Sukhasana, crossing the ankles or sitting back onto the heels. It doesn't matter which way you move to it. We're going to bring the hands to the knees and we're going to take 3 shoulder rolls, moving forwards. And then take 3 shoulder rolls, moving back. Before finding length through the crown of the head, one hand to the heart, the other to the earth beside us. Reconnecting with the energies of the earth, finding that balance between the earth and the ether here. And reflecting upon the Sturgeon full moon. This moon of resilience, of faith, of strength. Reflecting on what it means to you, what energy are you looking for, how are we feeling? And reflecting upon your intention once more. Maybe you choose now to carry that intention with you beyond the mat, carrying it into the rest of this full moon over the next few days. Maybe you feel called to just let it go, leave it here on the mat. You can do so. This is your practice. Listen to your intuition. Before we close the circle, we seal the magic of our practice by taking a beautiful deep breath in through the nose. On your breath out, let's guide hands to prayer and bow low. With love, gratitude, and with blessings to ourselves for coming to the mat, to those, as always, who joined us in this online community, and from me to you, thanking you for truly allowing me to guide you through today's full moon practice. I hope you enjoyed this little mandala flow. I hope it feels like you got the energies flowing and you feel a little bit more connected to the full moon today. As always, let me know how you got on, and if you'd like to support my channel, I would so appreciate maybe liking this video or even subscribing. And if you are looking to maybe explore your relation or your journey, between yoga and witchcraft, mental health a little bit more, then I invite you to take a little look at my Magic Through Movement memberships. This is an online space where we flow together through a range of dynamic practices, softer practices, restorative, yin, and of course, lunar-based flows. It is a really beautiful space, and you can now get 25% off your first month of the MTM. So to find out more or to flow now, please take a little look in the description box below. But thanking you so very much, and I wish you a beautiful and nourishing full moon. Blessed be.